Music keep pumping.
Yes, you got that right. Oh, with thousands behind in mortgage payments, foreclosures are expected to rise. And tonight, one family's fight against foreclosure and how they were hit with tens of thousands of dollars of unexpected fees.
So many people in our community. That's why NBC6 investigator Willard Shepard has this warning and how you can keep it from happening to you.
School teacher Dorothy Broschy's family says she had a plan to pass her Miami Gardens home on to the next generation, just like her mother did with her.
It was my sister's home. My mother lived there.
Sadly, Dorothy died before she had a chance to give her sister legal authority over the house and her money matters. Mortgage payments stopped being paid, and records show the lender, Newrez, took the case to court and tried to get paid by serving several family members. A full year after Dorothy's death, her sister finally had legal authority over her affairs. But it was too late. The home was in foreclosure.
This has been like a nightmare for me. It's just been a lot.
When she died, Dorothy only owed about $8,500 to pay off the loan. But her sister says the lender added more than 3 times that in extra fees, including $8,000 for lawn maintenance.
I just felt like, $7,000 or $8,000 was a lot. I don't know what they did.
What they're doing is like the wild, wild west.
Melanie Heyer is the family's realtor.
When I came here, I noticed that the house was boarded up, the pool was covered, and there was a lockbox on the door. The bank had basically taken the property over, which that's a red flag.
Dorothy's mortgage states that if the borrower has abandoned the property, then lender may due and pay for whatever is reasonable or appropriate, including repairs, changing locks, or boarding up. It goes on to say that any amounts disbursed by lender shall become additional debt for the borrower. But Heyer says Dorothy's relatives were going to her home periodically, so it wasn't abandoned.
We came back to the house to bring a contractor in, and the locks had been changed again by the bank.
Dorothy's attorney tells us when a mortgage has this type of clause, it's ultimately up to a judge to decide if those fees are fair or should have been included in the first place.
They would normally have to go through the courts to make sure that they get control over the property. But while they're doing that, the mortgage company is just running amok. They're doing what they do and trying to tack on as many fees as they can.
After months in court, the family decided to pay all the extra fees and what was left on the loan. In all, it cost them almost $40,000 to avoid foreclosure. Newrez and its service provider declined to discuss details of the case, but said in a statement that we work with and continue to work with the homeowner directly to address their concerns. Dorothy's attorney says she is also representing 2 other families who've been caught in similar situations. So, what can you do? First, make sure you have a will and a power of attorney so if something happens to you, another family member can step in and handle your legal and financial matters. Secondly, stay in touch with the lender and attempt to pay off the mortgage. And finally, if no one's living in the property, still make sure it's well maintained. Willard Shepard, NBC6 News.